Monday morning, alarm goes off. Let the dog out, leave for work, grab a coffee, fill up the tank, get to the office, buzz into the building. By the time 9:30 rolls around, millions of Americans have already been caught on camera over and over and over. Surveillance is life today. Ring doorbells, your neighbor's nest, convenience store cameras. We know we're tracked. We're used to it. Frankly, we expect it. Those cameras are supposed to make us feel safe. That's why 1 out of every 4 American families has them. When unsafe things happen, the video can go viral. Gas station robberies, gun store heists, car break-ins. Surveillance video has become so normalized. Do the most dangerous criminals even care about getting caught on camera? When Donna Brown was murdered in Galveston, the alleged killer was seen on video nonchalantly walking away through a neighborhood. On video. He's still out there. Studies have shown city cameras help a little when it comes to solving property crimes, but they're almost no help solving violent crimes. When the Reyeses were shot to death, cameras caught the barrage of gunfire, recorded the couple murdered in front of their house, but the video hasn't helped enough to track down the killers. If surveillance video is the best evidence in a cold case, is there hope it can really get solved? Or will the cases go unsolved forever? 33rd Street, a pretty busy street in Galveston. Houses, offices, a church. Hundreds of people walk it, bike it, drive it every day. It's busy enough that the owner of this apartment building put a camera up. It captured Donna Brown walking into the Alcoholics Anonymous building. She never walked out.
It was the middle of the afternoon, broad daylight, when the 79-year-old AA coordinator was stabbed brutally here in the doorway.
911. Hi, there's a woman that collapsed and she's got blood on her head at 33rd and T at the AA building.
At the AA clubhouse, okay. How old does she look?
She's about 70 or so, and I haven't touched her, but she's laying here motionless and there's blood on the floor.
Is she
Looks like she had a fall.
An accident, a slip. That's what it had looked like. But Donna Brown was barely breathing when a woman found Donna on the floor of the Alcoholics Anonymous building on August 5th, 2018.
Is she moving?
Yes, a little bit.
Donna's white leather purse was on the table, her cell phone, silver wallet, cash, and keys all there, nothing taken. There was a lot of blood. Paramedics thought the 79-year-old cut herself from the fall, but when they cut off Donna's bloody shirt in the ambulance, they discovered she had been stabbed in her neck and chest.
It was grotesque, and she just looked grotesque, such a beautiful woman, and she just looked so incredibly awful.
In Ohio, Elizabeth Rogers got the call about her great aunt.
Indescribable. Anybody could stab somebody that many times and make them look like that. How somebody could do that to somebody and put them through so much pain.
Elizabeth bought a plane ticket to Texas. Less than 24 hours later, she was in the ICU saying goodbye to the woman she had been in awe of her whole life. Donna had been the cool aunt, a Pan Am stewardess in the 60s, jet-setting all over the world. She lived in West Palm Beach, never married, made money in stocks and investing well, Elizabeth says. Progressive for a single woman at that time. But in the early 2000s, Donna made a bad investment that changed her life.
And so she lost all of her money. Instead of filing bankruptcy, she just paid everything off and she started over, completely over. So she came out here and she just pulled herself up by her straps.
Donna was a tough woman, feisty, focused, not warm and fuzzy, but she was selfless. When Donna lost her savings, she didn't complain. In 2005, she moved to Galveston where she could live cheaply and start over.
She figured it out.
Yeah, and did it the tough way, did it the right way. It's such an amazing story of how you can make it work, and And she didn't bring in a lot of money each month, very little actually.
She didn't care about the material things. Her focus was on helping people.
Right.
That's what brought Donna to AA. She organized and ran a women's only group, and women showed up. They depended on Donna.
She ran the 4 p.m. women's meeting on Sunday afternoons.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Never missed one.
Not that I'm aware of.
Wow. So people counted on her.
Yes.
So on this particular afternoon, it's like any other Sunday, any other meeting that she runs.
Yes.
Grainy surveillance video from an apartment complex across the street captured the last moments of Donna's life. It's never been seen by the public until now.
The video camera is actually positioned this direction, facing here.
3:43 in the afternoon, Donna pulls up in her white hatchback. 2 minutes later, she crosses the street,
And she crosses over here and she goes in through this door.
the side door of the AA building. After Donna walks in, the door opens a second time.
It's almost like you're witnessing the murder.
Absolutely. You see what appears to be a struggle in that doorway, and then the door slams closed. And then we know that Donna was found by her associates at the AA hall meeting right inside that doorway.
Why would anyone want to kill Donna?
So it goes back to the cantankerous. Donna was known for running men out of the meeting hall for the women's meeting on Sunday afternoons.
She wanted this to be just for women, a place where they could open up and be honest.
This was the women's meeting and there were no men allowed. And so everybody said if there was a man in that meeting hall, Donna would have run him off. That she would have probably been hollering at him and telling him to get out of there. Unfortunately, this person has a very volatile temper and snapped.
Donna isn't the only one in this video, so is the killer. This man, police think, who entered the other side of the AA building 2 hours before Donna shows up. He's wearing black or dark jeans, has on a backpack. This is what sets Donna's unsolved murder apart from other cold cases.
Can we go back to the timeline?
Detective Michelle Sullenberger thinks she has the murderer, but she needs more evidence to solve the case.
It's so frustrating. It's
But this
really
is
so
still
frustrating.
considered a cold case. Is it a lukewarm case? Like what, you know?
I'm calling it a cold phase.
Yeah.
Because I think that right now we don't have everything that we need, but I think that we're so close that I can't believe that we're going to keep going and not find it.
Yeah. That's what drives you to continue to do this.
Right.
This man may be the key.
Do you think you were face to face with the person who killed Donna? You think it was that man?
Yes.
You're sure of it?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be identified. We'll call him Scott. Scott is in that surveillance video too. 26 minutes after the suspected killer walked in, Scott rides up on his bike, parks, and goes into the AA building.
I went inside. There was a gentleman that was passed out, or not passed out, but he was laying down on the one of the benches inside.
He was asleep.
You know, my bag was next to him with all my stuff open, bag opened, and all my stuff. You know, everything had. You know, somebody had went through my stuff.
Scott says he and the man sort of got into it.
He's come to meetings here before and has been very aggressive, very animated, very aggravated, and you know, we were all kind of afraid of the guy.
Scott was in the building for 2 minutes. That's him leaving on his bike 90 minutes before Donna arrived. A couple days after her murder, Scott worked up the courage to tell police what happened.
He was able to identify the person as somebody that he knew from the meetings, but the nature of the Alcoholics Anonymous program is to be anonymous. And so a lot of the individuals don't know each other.
It made Sullenberger's job harder, not impossible. She tracked down the person Scott says he saw right before Donna was attacked. Sullenberger had to figure out, was this guy the killer? Was he the man in the video? We're not naming him because he's not currently a suspect. But when he was arrested on an unrelated warrant 2 days after Donna's murder, police collected his clothes and shoes. CSI techs sprayed a special liquid called Blue Star on those tennis shoes. That neon blue, it confirms someone's DNA is there, but whose DNA is unclear.
It was really frustrating because we thought that that bloody shoe was going to be the the missing piece of our puzzle.
The man with the blue shoe told Sullenberger he had an alibi. He was at church when Donna was killed, but Sullenberger says the priest told her he wasn't there. Weeks passed, then another break. New surveillance video, this time from a Ring doorbell. A man with dark pants and a black backpack coming from the direction of the AA building 5 minutes after Donna's murder. And this video is clear.
You're hoping someone sees that video and calls you guys and says, I know who this person is. This is his name.
Yes. And that's really what I think would be the linchpin in this case.
That person of interest with the blue shoe, Sullenberger brought him in a second time 3 months later. This is a photo of their interrogation room. Donna's picture, his shoe, a still frame from that new video. Sullenberger hoped he would crack. Nothing.
So you have this great video, but why is it a cold case then?
So we've exhausted the forensics, and we have essentially run out of leads because of the anonymity involved in some of the witnesses and people involved in the AA hall.
It's been nearly a year since Elizabeth Rogers came to Galveston to clean out her great-aunt's modest apartment. Closure doesn't come with clearing dresser drawers.
This is the first time you've been here since this happened.
Right.
This time, Elizabeth came with us to the AA hall.
What is it like being here?
It's a little surreal, but it's good. It's really good.
She met Scott, who thinks about that day every day.
That could have been me. That could very well have been me.
2 years ago, Scott was struggling to stay clean. Now he has a job, he has a home. He says it's because of Donna. He thinks about what she stood for, how she helped turn lives around.
God brought that lady to my life. That was not by mistake. She's a hero to me. I don't even know her. I don't even know her, but I know that kept me praying, and it's kept me alive.
You've learned from some of the people who knew Donna how they've been helped by her, how they've been helped in this building. Hearing their stories, does that bring you some kind of peace?
It brings me some peace, but not enough. Not enough. It needs completion.
We started working on this story before COVID-19 hit, at a time when Donna's niece could get on a plane and fly from Ohio to Texas without a second thought. Since the pandemic, Sullenberger says she's had more time to work cold cases like Donna's, but interviewing people in person can be tough with a mask. Coronavirus stopped AA meetings in Galveston for a while. Donna would have struggled with that.
Like she just was the person who happened to be there. It would have been anyone.
I think it could have been the first person that walked through that door. Absolutely.
Someone knows this man, knows what he did, where he went, where he hid the murder weapon.
To believe that the suspect didn't tell somebody is a little far-fetched. I think he had to have relayed this information to somebody at some point.
Help Donna's family, because that's what Donna stood for, helping people who in many cases didn't have anyone. Donna refused to let them be forgotten.
What happens if another year goes by, another 5 years go by, and there's no solution? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna keep at it, no matter what it takes. No matter what it takes for this town, because this has to be solved. This is unsolved for her, and it's unsolved for this town.
It only takes one tip to crack a cold case. That's why surveillance video can be gold. It shows up everywhere. Social media, video streaming, friends share it, TV broadcasts it. When Ramiro and Rosalba Reyes were murdered, police didn't release the video until now.
The Reyes lived right here in this house. At 1:30 in the morning, they pulled up, stopped, and someone fired shots into their car. The couple took their last breaths right here in the middle of the road. No neighbors, no family members saw the killers in the darkness, but there are cameras.
0, 1, 27 and 13 seconds.
There's Harris County 911. What's the location of your emergency?
I live at Grand Cedars.
How can I help you?
There is a lot of gunfire going on outside.
Okay, how many shots have you heard?
How many shots have we heard? Probably 20.
Okay.
More than 20.
Okay. Do you want the officers to come and speak with you or check the area?
Check the area. Somebody needs to get out here quick. Something's going on.
Okay, ma'am. We have several calls. Just stay calm. It'll be okay, all right? We'll get somebody out there.
1:37 and 45 seconds.
Harris County 911. What's the location of your emergency?
Grand Cedars Drive.
Do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
Oh, please, because they were shot at.
Okay, so you heard gunshots?
My aunt.
You heard gunshots?
Yes, we know.
Okay, did you see the people who were shooting?
No.
When I arrived, it's a massive scene. You can see evidence placards all the way down the street. I think there was over 40 casings recovered. A typical drive-by shooting is not like that.
We never thought this would happen to a family member.
This one was big.
September 25th, 2019, 1:21 a.m. Ramiro and Rosalba Reyes pulled up in front of their house. It had been a long night for the couple. Rosalba's mother had just died at the hospital. A painful goodbye. For the last decade, Rosalba had taken care of her ailing diabetic mother. The Reyeses were exhausted, mentally, emotionally. They didn't see anything coming. Dozens of shots fired from another car. First, at the bright purple Charger Rosalba was riding in. Her niece driving, her sister in the back. Rosalba up front was the only woman hit. These are the evidence photos.
When it happened, I was actually on the phone with my son, and I heard the shootings, but I didn't process that there were shootings.
Roxana Villarreal, the Reyes' only child. Her special needs son was at her parents' house that night. While the Reyeses were at the hospital, the teen's father, Roxana's ex-husband, was watching him.
I was on the phone with my son the whole time, and I just heard a lot of people scream, which was my cousin and my aunt that ran inside, and I still didn't know anything.
Seconds after Rosalba was shot, Ramiro was hit as he got out of his green truck, rushing to his wife's side. Rosalba lay dying in the street. Ramiro had collapsed, and when Roxana's ex-husband came running out of the house, he was shot. On one of the 911 calls, you hear Roxana's ex in the background screaming out in pain.
What's the location of the emergency? Hello?
It goes on like this for another 30 seconds, then the line goes dead. Roxana's ex is the only one of the three who survived. It's 1 year later now, and this is the first time Roxana has returned.
It's difficult to just see the area because it's the last place they were alive.
40 years of birthdays here, Christmases, backyard barbecues. Ramiro immigrated to Houston from Mexico in '79 because he wanted better for his family. A year later, Rosalba came. They worked hard, never asked for anything. A modest but happy life raising Roxana here. Her education was priority number one, and any extra money that came in, Ramiro saved for traveling.
We went to El Salvador, we went all over Europe, we even went to Morocco. My dad was always outgoing. He liked to take chances, and my mother was more of a homebody, more conservative.
The Reyes focused on family, no criminal record, not so much as a speeding ticket, which is why Detective Jack Farrell can't figure out who would want to kill these grandparents in their 60s.
Evidence that we have now suggests that there was at least 3 shooters. It appears that they drove by once, and then they circled around, came back, and shot again.
What evidence? There's a lot in this case investigators don't want to release, but they gave us this surveillance video never seen before. Top left corner, that's the Reyes' vehicles and the shooters. But the headlights are so bright you can't make out the cars or the suspects. This is the moment the Reyes were murdered. Watch that stray bullet hit the neighbor's SUV. It's the only camera that captures the shooting, and the shooters drive away in the other direction.
80% of what we do is normally drug-related homicides. These people, it doesn't appear that they were engaged in any kind of criminal activity, minding their own business when they're killed. That's what bothers me about this is like, you know, this could be my parents, you know, why?
I don't think anyone in the right state of mind did this. So I don't know whether it was drugs or gangs, money issues, or mistaken identity.
Were they targeted?
It appears so. I mean, it looks very intentional. The video is not good, but it looks very intentional. It's controlled fire. We found video where you have audio, so like somebody's Ring doorbell camera a couple of streets over picked up the sound. Somebody has discipline when they're firing. They're not just randomly firing.
These are the details Detective Farrell tried to push out with help from Crime Stoppers back in March. But on the day the $5,000 reward was announced for tips leading to an arrest in the Reyes' double murder, Harris County shut down, infected by the spread of COVID-19. This case didn't get the attention it needed, and it's not the only one. Unsolved cases in Harris County are hurting for help from the public. Fewer tips are coming in, Farrell says. COVID almost stopped Roxana from flying in to do the story. She lives in Colorado now. But the pandemic won't keep her from fighting for her parents for their case to be solved.
I'm hoping that it'll reach someone's heart and someone's conscience and someone will do the right thing. And I'm never going to lose hope. I'm never going to lose hope that they find them, whether it's in a year, in 5 years.
Most of our homicides, somebody's doing something or they're somewhere they shouldn't be when something bad happens to them. Whereas these people were at home in the middle of the night, coming home from seeing a family member that had died in the hospital. You know, it's like double tragedy.
Roxana is reminded of that pain every day, emptiness because they're gone, and aching grief because the killers haven't been caught. Ramiro and Rosalva Reyes would have celebrated their 40th wedding anniversary 1 month later. 4 decades of building a life together, destroyed in seconds.
I want to know why. You know, I want to know why. I know eventually whoever did this eventually have to find a way to forgive them or else it'll eat me up for the rest of my life. But I just want to know why. That's what I would like to know, like why. And I asked myself too, okay, they shot at the car. Why did they have to come back? I mean, my dad could have been alive and he could have been there for my son and my daughter. Like now, when my daughter graduates college, it'll probably be the saddest day. Neither of my parents will be there.
Roxana's daughter did graduate college. Roxana says she felt her parents there with them that day. They're all trying to move on. They can't. She says that they played that surveillance video over and over again, hoping to notice something new.
The thing about surveillance video, 1 minute life is mundane, routine, and then just like that, everything changes. You can rewind the video, but you can't ever go back to the way things were. Donna Brown's family and the Reyeses have replayed the moment their nightmares began. It's a pain most of us will never know. But it also gives them hope, because it only takes one person, the right person, who will recognize the man leaving the AA building, who will remember seeing the car on the Reyes' street that night.
These videos are invaluable. These cases can be solved. I'm Courtney Fisher, and this has been Unsolved.